It's not the same when you taste it. Hey guys, welcome back. If you have always been curious about the House of Zoologist like I have, then stay tuned because I'm going to go through every single fragrance that I was able to get my hands on. I have 15 fragrances that I'm going to talk about with you today. So without further ado, let's jump into it. If you guys are unfamiliar with the House of Zoologist, I believe they are a Canadian-owned brand, but they have these tremendous artists who not only do portraits and sort of anthropomorphize these animals, but the scents are supposed to be reminiscent of the environment that these creatures would live. And they've turned that into a wearable fragrance form. That can be down to their habitat, it can be down to their diet, and so on and so forth. So I think it is a tremendously creative concept. Really, really cool. So this one is gonna be Tyrannosaurus Rex. This, oh my gosh, there's so many notes in here. Okay, we're not even gonna bother reading the notes. We're just going to smell them. I love that they include the perfumers that worked on it too. So you can see here Antonio Gardoni, and there's a little story on the T-Rex. You can see the list of notes. We're not gonna go over that. If you're curious, just look it up. Okay. There's something sweet, deep, deep, deep down in there. It has like a pinch of a gasoline quality, but there's resins. Are there resins in here? Oh yeah, definitely black pepper. Definitely, okay, Cade. Okay, yeah, Cade is definitely something that's taking over here. Incense, sure. So if you like Cade or birch tar, things that are really, really smoky, I wouldn't say it's boozy, but it's kind of bordering on booze. It's very smoky resin, but it actually is surprisingly wearable for the right person. It's not my taste. That's much more wearable than I expected that to be. I expected it to be like straight petroleum. Okay, next up is going to be Moth. These illustrations are insane. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Off the bat reminds me a little bit of Byredo's Bibliothèque. It smells almost like a spicy cinnamon leather. Let's see. Ooh, there's cinnamon in here. Get it, girl. Okay, there's clove. Okay, the clove is probably a little bit stronger than the cinnamon, but the cinnamon is present. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit of honey. There's some resins. Again, Gaiac wood can be a little bit smoky too. Sometimes Gaiac goes a little bit waxy for me as well. It's giving Byredo's Bibliothèque, but there's so much more going on in here. It's changing a lot too. That cinnamon is really present off the bat, but as it's drying down, it's getting a little bit smokier. It gets a lot more woodsy when it dries down. It almost smells like you just blew out a candle. Interesting. I like the journey. I don't think I would wear it, but I like the journey. Temu Inaba. I've not heard of that perfumer before. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about, or the next one I'm going to try is Chameleon. Again, the artwork and the note breakdown, the perfumer is Daniel Pescio. Ooh, ooh, okay. We're going much more green. We're going a little tropical, a little humid, and a touch fruity. Fruity almost in like a fresh rain kind of way. Let's see. Okay. I definitely get a little bit of the lemon. There's some violet leaves. It's very green. It's warm. It's green. It's tropical. It's giving green tropics somehow. I'm not sure yet if I would wear it, but it's very pleasant. And if you like green fragrances, this might be one for you to try. So that is Chameleon. Okay, the next one that I'm going to try is Dodo. D'Artagnan, Three Musketeers kind of vibe. Quite tropical, quite green as well. Okay. Again, a touch fruity. It is a bit green. This is a little bit more fruity than the Chameleon. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a bite of green apple kind of fruity. Jackfruit accord, turmeric leaf, lavender, orange flower, orris. I feel like it's maybe like more of like a yellow or a green fruit. I mean, I know jackfruit is green, I've never tried a jackfruit, so I'm not sure. Reminds me of like a very green, very unripe mango, almost like banana leaves. That's nice. I think that's wearable for me. I like that a lot. There's something in the background though that I'm not entirely sure about, but that's nice. That's really nice. So that is Dodo. Okay, the next one that I'm going to try is Macaque. The artwork on here is amazing. Okay, the perfumer is Mackenzie Riley. Here's the artwork and the note breakdown. Again, just ever so slightly fruity. There's still a greenness. This one feels a punch more citrusy. Man, it really has this, it feels like something cooling, like cold air, like really cold, crisp, fresh air. And a little bit of citrus. Let's see. Yuzu. Okay, Japanese yuzu. Okay. Mandarin juniper. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Juniper to me, I think it's one of those things where it's like cilantro. Some people have that gene where it tastes like soap. I feel like juniper to some people smells fruity, and juniper to others smells like pine. I don't get pine at all. I do get a little bit of that fruit quality of the juniper. Oak moss. Yeah, oak moss for sure. Oak moss can sometimes smell a little bit fruity. I definitely get this yuzu. Yeah, very, very punchy citrus. I really like this. Okay. The next one that I'm going to try is Panda. Perfumer is Christian Carbonell. Here's the artwork and the note breakdown. Oh, yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Yep. Yeah, I love this a lot. So this has some of my favorite things. It's not surprising. Apple, osmanthus, tea. Absolutely. Yeah, I was actually expecting this to smell a lot more green. This smells like a wonderful fruity green tea. I almost imagine like this osmanthus tea with like some white petals floating around in it. The apple keeps it very fresh. It's a little shampoo-y, but not overly so. It still has interest. Yeah, this is a very nice, fruity green tea sort of scent with some apple. Super, super nice. I really, really enjoy that. Yeah, Panda, that's a good one. Okay, the next one that I'm going to sample for you is Tiger. Ooh, this artwork is interesting. So that is the note breakdown there. Perfumer is Cristiano Canali. Ooh. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting for this one. Whew. Like very dry grass. It smells like grass that is no longer green. It's brown. It's like burnt, crispy. There's like a crispiness to this as far as like almost like straw or hay. It's dry. It smells like something burning in the background, but dry, smoky, crispy vegetation. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I would wear this one. Very outdoorsy smelling, but not anything green in here at all. Okay. Interesting. The next one that I'm going to sample for you is Dragonfly. Okay. Perfumer is Celine Barrel. Ooh, okay. Again, a little bit fruity up top. None of these are so overwhelmingly fruity that it's overtaking the fragrance. Okay. Okay. Very floral. Floral with leaves and stems. I definitely get the environment here. It does smell like a big bloom of floral. It is a sweeter floral, but it's not a typical fruity floral. The florals are not like heady white florals. It definitely feels like there's multicolored sort of blooms in there. Really like that. That is nice. Okay, Dragonfly. Okay, I'm a little nervous about this one. This is Civet or Civet. The perfumer behind this one is Shelley Waddington. Tell me why that's amazing. Oh my goodness. Tell me why that's so good. I really expected that to smell like a barnyard animal. Okay, again, we have sort of, there's some vanilla, there's resin, it's a little balsamic. It's a little bit sweet, but like in a dark ambery kind of way. Maybe cinnamon. That is so nice. There's nothing animalic about this, which really shocks me. In the beginning, you really do get like a beautiful, warm, sweet spiciness out of this. It goes down to sort of maybe a mid to rough sort of leather. I can see the dry down being a bit masculine, but there's nothing funky or animalic in here at all. I'm so pleasantly surprised by that. The leather is a little bit too rough and tumble for me, but I live for that opening. That opening is gorgeous. Again, the dry down's not my favorite. I haven't tested it on skin, obviously. I live for that opening though. That is amazing. So that is Civet. The next one I'm going to smell is Chipmunk. Here is the artwork and the note breakdown. Okay, so perfumer is Pia Long. Oh, okay. This one feels a little bit nutty. Sort of like American holiday spices a little bit. Maybe a touch boozy. Really, really warm, a little bit toasty even. Not necessarily burnt, but toasty. What I get is, I get like this hazelnut nuttiness and I get a little bit of booze. That's really nice. I think this would be a really, really great Thanksgiving scent. That's really beautiful. It's actually not too sweet either. That's really nice. I really, really like that one. So that is Chipmunk. Okay, the next one I'm going to smell is Camel. So funny story, my dad, when I was growing up, was a smoker, like a 2 to 3 pack a day kind of smoker. And Camel always reminds me of Camel cigarettes because that was definitely his brand. That is beautiful. So it does, I don't know, maybe my scent memory of Camel cigarettes is leading me on here, but it feels a little bit tobacco-y. It's a little bit fruity. There's something like fruity tobacco leaves is what it smells like, but it also smells a little bit like there might be dates or some other sort of dried fruit. It feels like dry fruit and fruity tobacco leaves. And I really, really like this one. Okay, Christian Carbonell again. Dried fruits, frankincense, palm date. Okay, rose, cinnamon, myrrh, orange blossom. And the dates are not so sticky. Don't think of Comra or sticky dates from Lush, nothing like that. It's more of a dry fruit. It's very, very dry. It's not sticky sweet. It does lend a little bit of a sweetness, but it's more of like a fruity, dry tobacco leaf and some resins and incense. It's really beautiful. That's beautiful. I really, really love that. If you love dates and tobacco, this is definitely one for you to try. That's not overly vanillic. It smells nothing like tobacco vanille. That is Camel, and I think that one is full bottle worthy for sure. The next one is Cow. Okay, Natalie Feistauer. Okay. That is the artwork and the note breakdown. I definitely want to say from the artwork that there's apple, which is kind of a dead giveaway, but I can't say that the apple is obvious. There's something very clean about this and something very, very fragrant in a perfumey kind of way. I don't know yet if that's a good thing. So it also feels very cold. This also has like a cooling sensation. It feels like a cold apple, if that makes sense. There's like a cold quality to this that I don't mind. I'm not sure yet if I like it. Okay. I gather that there should be okay, there is milk in the heart. Okay. If you struggle with milky scents, I would say this is probably really friendly for you. I personally struggle with milky fragrances. I don't really care for what they do on my skin. A lot of times they go sour or spoiled. which is not cute. This feels very fresh. It feels almost lotiony. It's like an apple fresh lotion, and it stays very, very clean. It never goes warm. It is a very, very clean, fresh, lotiony, creamy kind of scent. It's very nice. It's very pleasant. I will say, I feel like it's more of like an air freshener type of scent, but it's not bad. It is pleasant. I'm a fan of apple fragrances, but this doesn't do for me what I wish it would do. That's personally not my taste, but it is very interesting. Okay, the next one I'm going to smell for you is Seahorse. This one I'm very, very intrigued because I love a good aquatic fragrance as long as it doesn't smell like seaweed. Very pretty artwork as you would expect. And the note breakdown at the bottom. Okay, this is Julian Raskinette. If you love a good oceanic fragrance, that is, again, is not necessarily marine life. It's not sea kelp. It's not seaweed, that sort of thing. It's very clean and fresh and a little salty. This is a great one for you to try. I really, really love fragrances like this. There's almost like a soap type of quality here, but there's something a little sweet underlying. It's very fresh. It's very open air. Very, very nice. Okay, so what are we looking at? Algae Absolute. I don't get the algae. Maybe a little bit of the cardamom and clary sage, but to me, I almost get like a carnation in seawater. It's really pretty. It's really clean. If you like a white bar soap kind of smell, this is definitely for you. It's very, very nice. I think that I would wear this as like a fresh white t-shirt sort of smell. I could definitely see it having like a fresh out of the shower, your skin but better kind of smell. But like I said, think of like a very clean, slightly sweet, like white bar of soap. And that is definitely what this smells like to me. Very pleasant. Really, really like that. So that is Seahorse. Okay, so this one has won all kinds of awards, including the Art and Olfaction Award finalist of 2020. And of course, this is B. This one is arguably the internet's favorite fragrance from this house. And let's see why. So this is Cristiano Canali. Okay, again. Artwork and note breakdown at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Let's see what all the hype is about. I'm kind of at a loss for words, not in a good or bad way. I just find this one really, really difficult to describe. There's obviously honey. Now, honey can do a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Sometimes it can go a little bit animalic. Sometimes it can go really, really thick, syrupy, sweet. Sometimes it can go sort of in like a pollen direction where it's really powdery. For me, this is getting really powdery. The opening is really, really good. I don't love the powderiness right now, but I can assume that as this dries down, it might get a little bit sweeter and a little smoother. I like my honey fragrances to be a little bit smoother than this. This is really powdery, but there is a nice texture in this fragrance. I will say this is probably one of the least sweet honey fragrances I've ever smelled. I was actually expecting it to be really, really sweet, and it's not. It is very thick. Thick, pollen-y, powdery, really, really floral honey. It is really pretty, and it is really unique. I would say this definitely sets itself apart from all the other honey fragrances that I've tried, in that it's not tooth-achingly sweet. However, I don't know that I would wear this. It's not. It goes into the powdery category a little bit too much for my taste. But I can see why this won a bunch of awards. It's really, really beautiful, but just not personally my taste. But really gorgeous. So that is B. Next, I have for you Squid. This one got a lot of hype on the internet when it first came out as well. This is by Celine Barrel. Artwork and note breakdown. That's not what the direction I thought we were going. I thought we were going super, super salty seawater. And we're actually going a little bit, that first blast reminded me a little bit of root beer. It felt very anise heavy initially. It's going away a little bit. It is watery, fresh. It's darker than the Seahorse. The Seahorse was very bright, very soapy. The Squid is actually going a little bit darker, but it is very nice and a little bit sweet. And it doesn't feel inky per se, but it feels almost like root beer. It's really weird. I don't know why I'm getting that. So let's see. There's got to be way more notes than what's listed here. I'm getting the type of smokiness that's in indigo smoke from Arquiste. It's not so inky that it is off-putting and oceanic, but it's sweet. There's something almost a little bit fizzy in here. I'm getting root beer, but there is something dark and smoky like indigo smoke, where it's more of like a clean kind of dark smokiness, but it feels like there's anise in here. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go with it's a little bit root beer. It's a little bit soda-like, but I really actually like that. That's way more wearable than I expected. I expected Squid to smell like straight up aquarium, and it does not. This is actually really, really beautiful. I like this a lot, and I would 100% buy this and wear it, and I would get a full bottle of this and wear it myself. Absolutely. That's beautiful. Okay, I thought I lost my last sample, but I found it. So the last one I'm going to sample for you is Hummingbird. Okay, again, we have perfumer Shelley Waddington. Here's the artwork and the note breakdown. Very floral, which I kind of expected. Very, very floral. Oop, I hear my daughter crying. My husband's going to get her. Okay. This reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. But sweet florals. Yeah, very floral, a little bit sweet, a little bit peppery. Apple cherry. Oh, I don't get cherry. Lilac. Lilac is what I was getting. Honeysuckle. Okay, so I guess I wouldn't know unless you told me that it was cream that was down in there. Because it is something different than typical florals. I'm surprised that there's lilac. Lilac is usually too powdery for me, but in this case, it's very soft. This fragrance feels more like makeup powder. I don't get cherry in here at all, but I'm not really a big cherry lover, so that's great. But yeah, very, very delicate, light floral, very unique. I wouldn't say it's like a white floral at all. But yeah, if you like a lilac forward scent, I think you would really enjoy this. Yeah, really nice, really pretty. I don't think it's for me. I don't think that I would wear it, but I find it really, really pleasant. So that is Hummingbird. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was an interesting video for you guys to watch. If there's any other houses that you want me to review, please put them in the comments down below and I will definitely consider them. Have you tried anything from Zoologist? And if you have, what have been your favorite fragrances? Yeah, I think it's a really, really interesting concept overall. And I think that they're doing something that nobody else is doing. So I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.